AEW star to show up to confront Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa attacks Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso calls for backup against Jey Uso. What happens if Triple H is not on the board of directors for WWE's future project? Another commentary team change takes place for WWE. Bray Wyatt could ruin Cody Rhodes' career by feuding with him, and more. Let's jump right into it. Things rumored to take place on SmackDown following SummerSlam. At SummerSlam 2023, SmackDown stars were in full force as they put in some brilliant performances. From LA Knight winning the Slim Jim Battle Royal to Roman Reigns defeating Jey Uso in Tribal Combat. The biggest party of the summer was memorable for superstars on the blue brand. Hence, the upcoming episode of Friday Night SmackDown will be interesting to watch. While it will mark the continuation of old rivalry, the blue brand could also witness new feuds this week. Overall, SmackDown after SummerSlam is expected to be interesting for various reasons. In this piece, we look at 5 possible things that could happen on SmackDown after SummerSlam. Number 5. Bayley gets a haircut on SmackDown. Among the few mistakes Bayley has made in her career, one is to pick the wrong fight against Shotzi. Ever since the Damage Control member cut some of Shotzi's hair a few weeks ago, life in general has been difficult for the role model. While Shotzi would cut promos through video packages that would leave Bayley scared, last week he appeared live and attacked the 34-year-old. Considering the attack that took place, there is a chance that just like Shotzi, Bayley too might lose some of her hair on SmackDown this week. This could lead to a big-time rivalry between the two and set up a potential match for a PLE like Payback or Fastlane. Number 4. Sheamus attacks LA Knight. Based on recent results, one could say WWE has begun the push LA Knight was supposed to receive. From winning on SmackDown last week to winning the Battle Royal at SummerSlam, Knight couldn't have been experiencing a better time on the blue brand. However, these results in the last week have come at the expense of Sheamus. Last Friday, Knight defeated Sheamus in a singles match. Later in the week, the duo were the final 2 superstars remaining in the Battle Royal, and Knight eliminated the Irish Star. This could lead to Sheamus being enraged and launching a potential attack on LA Knight. The potential attack from the Brawling Brutes leader could also lead to him becoming a proper heel on the show. Number 3. Santos Escobar defeats Austin Theory for the US Championship. US champion Austin Theory was a part of the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. While Theory started strong, he was eventually eliminated by LWO member Santos Escobar. The elimination came as a surprise to many since Theory was expected to be in the ring for a longer duration. While Theory being eliminated by Escobar was not talked about later, could be WWE's way of hinting that the promotion is looking to give the LWO member a push by beating Austin Theory for his US Championship. In recent times, Theory's title reign has received a lot of criticism from WWE fans. Many believe that his reign is dry, which makes it seem as if the title has lost relevance. Hence, it won't be shocking to see Escobar defeat Theory considering they will face each other this week. Number 2. Jimmy Uso calls for backup against Jey Uso. SummerSlam 2023 witnessed one of the most shocking moments of the year when Jimmy Uso turned his back on Jey Uso to cost him the match against Roman Reigns. Naturally, this attack is not expected to be a one-time affair, and the duo will continue their rivalry on SmackDown this week. It won't be a surprise to see Jimmy try and bring in some backup to face Jey Uso. While the possibility of Rikishi returning increases, there is also a chance that Tamina could make her return on television by helping Jimmy in his feud against Jey. Number 1. Solo Sikoa attacks Roman Reigns. Leading up to SummerSlam, on many occasions, it felt as if Solo Sikoa was close to turning his back on Roman Reigns. At SummerSlam, once again, it felt as if the Enforcer would finally turn his back since he reacted aggressively against Reigns after the latter speared him by accident. While attacking Sikoa was not something the Tribal Chief intended to do, the former was left enraged by it. Hence, it won't be a surprise to see Sikoa attack Reigns and potentially side with Jey or continue his quest as an individual competitor. Vince McMahon and top WWE executive named to the board after WWE and UFC merger. Vince McMahon, along with a top WWE executive, has been named a part of the board of directors of the new TKO company after the WWE and UFC merger. The biggest news of the year has been WWE's decision to merge with Endeavor, the parent company of UFC. Even Nick Khan has been vocal about the merger and what it could do for the company. The merger is ongoing and the new company will be called TKO Holdings Group. During a recent earnings report, Endeavor revealed that the merger will be finalized by the end of September. Now, we also know Khan and McMahon will be on the board of the new company. According to a recent filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, TKO Holdings will consist of 10 board members, with one more to be selected by the WWE later. The new board of directors will include the following people: Vince McMahon, Chairman of WWE, Ari Emanuel, CEO of Endeavor, Nick Khan, CEO of WWE, Mark Shapiro, President of William Morris Endeavor, Stephen R. Coonan, CEO of the Atlanta Hawks, Jonathan A. Kraft, President of the Kraft Group, Group, Egon Durbin, chairman of William Morris Endeavor, Nancy Tellem, former president of XBOX Entertainment and former president of CBS Television, Carrie Wheeler, CEO of Open Door Technologies, Sonia Medina, co-founder of Greenlight Growth Capital. Brad Maddox had a forgettable WWE career. His run in the company was short and quick. During a live promo, he called the fans cocky perks, which infuriated Vince, and he fired him immediately. Brad Maddox revealed on Wrestling with Rip Rogers that Vince McMahon refused to talk to him after firing him. I think Karama came to see me and said that Vince had said to get Meist and get out. I never talked to Vince. I asked if I could go talk to Vince and maybe explain myself or something, and Vince didn't want to see me. I just left. I never talked to Vince again. It's good to see that both Vince McMahon and Nick Khan will be on the board of directors of TKO Holdings Group. What do you make of the board of directors of TKO Holdings Group? Sound off in the comments section. What happens if Triple H is not on the board of directors for WWE's future project? Triple H, in his current role as the Chief Content Officer, has been instrumental in the resurgence of WWE. Heading the creative side of the product, the game has brought back glory to the promotion. While his contributions to the company should be lauded, there is a chance the 14-time world champion won't be on the WWE board of directors in the future. As per reports, due to WWE's merger with the UFC, Triple H will no longer be on the board of directors. It is important to note that the two promotions will be merged after the Endeavor Group purchased WWE for a hefty sum of $9.3 billion. With the game reportedly out from the board of directors, may wonder what his future holds. The answer is simple. He would remain the head of creative, and this way he could focus solely on the product instead of dividing his interests between WWE and UFC. The Hall of Famer's sole attention towards WWE will also benefit the promotion in a major way. Since taking over as head, his contributions to WWE have been appreciated by many. However, a select few in the industry believe the game is not the proper man for the job. Over the last year, the game has taken creative decisions in WWE that have resonated with fans and wrestlers. However, there have also been decisions that have been criticized heavily. One such decision that received flack was to repackage Bobby Lashley as a heel in early 2023. He was called out by former WWE head writer Vince Russo for the same. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Writing with Russo, the veteran said Triple H and his team were not qualified for their positions. He also added the game must find someone competent to do his job. Bro, I guess this is another Triple H idea. Triple H is changing Lashley's character again. Bro, these freaking guys, bro, they are not qualified for the position. Bro, I didn't even read the piece because I don't care. How many character changes there are gonna be before you look in the mirror and say, you know what, man, I'm not really qualified to do this. There have been a lot more misses than hits. I really need to find someone who knows what they are doing. While Russo's statements can be debated upon, overall, many fans would agree the game performed well, given the fact WWE was creatively going through a rough patch when he took over. It will be interesting to see how the game continues to perform in the future. Another commentary team change takes place for WWE. WWE has been making huge changes to the commentary teams recently. Now another show's commentators have been switched, with Wade Barrett joining the fray. Commentary forms an integral part of any wrestling promotion's programming. Whether WWE or AEW, the commentators serve to enthrall the fans at home by calling the action and helping the viewers navigate the myriad of situations that could happen when two wrestlers are in the ring. To add variety to their programming, the Stanford-based promotion changed the Raw and SmackDown commentary teams recently. Now, according to a new report by PW Insider, there will be a huge change in the WWE main event show's commentary team. Wade Barrett will join Byron Saxon as the new commentator of the show. Before, Kevin Patrick was on the team alongside Saxon. However, now it looks like Patrick will only be featured on SmackDown and will be replaced by the former Nexus leader. Since moving to the main roster as a commentator, Wade Barrett has always been seen alongside Michael Cole, and fans love their chemistry. Recently, it was announced that there will be a huge shift in the commentary teams of Raw and SmackDown as Michael Cole and Wade Barrett would shift to the red brand. While Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick would shift to the blue brand, it will also be joined by Michael Cole. On the latest episode of Raw, fans got to see their beloved commentator Michael Cole, who has been working with the Stanford-based promotion since 1997. While on the upcoming SmackDown show, the viewers will get to see Corey Graves alongside Kevin Patrick, who was also previously featured on the red brand. WWE Raw, with its 3-hour runtime, could have done with some fresh voices, and that is exactly what the company delivered. What do you think about these changes in the WWE commentary teams? Let us know in the comments section below. Bray Wyatt to return on SmackDown. Bray Wyatt is back in the news after there was an update regarding the former WWE champion's health after what was reportedly a life-threatening medical issue. Bray is actively working towards an impending return to television. Many have expected a stable to form around the former world champion. The stars who were rumored to participate aren't available. Eric Young quit the company, while Dutch and Vincent were never hired and ultimately went to Ring of Honor. Two active WWE SmackDown stars stars could end up being affiliated with Wyatt, however, and one of them will be in action on SmackDown. The intense and physical Karrion Kross, accompanied by Scarlett, is set to go one-on-one with AJ Styles, time champion on WWE SmackDown. Both Kross and Scarlett would certainly fit in with Bray and Uncle Howdy's creepy vibe. There's a chance that when Kross fights Styles, Wyatt will return to television and assault the 7-time champion. In doing so, he could either cement his new stable or lead the audience into wondering what may come next. Whether the story is told right away or over time, either this week or weeks down the line, it will be interesting to see just how Wyatt's return will unfold. Fans are certainly eager to see what will come next. While the Phenomenal One is hoping to wrap things up with Karrion Kross and Scarlett on WWE SmackDown, he may have his hands full without Bray Wyatt even being factored in. His the Champion. Stablemates Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were viciously attacked by the Street Profits, who are seemingly forming a new group with Bobby Lashley. If AJ wants to stand with his teammates, the two trios could go to far. Another trio that he has to watch out for is the Brawling Brutes. Styles and Sheamus have been at each other's throats lately. Plus, prior to the attack by the Street Profits, the Good Brothers were battling Butch and Ridge Holland. Faction warfare may be the future of the Phenomenal One's career. There is one other storyline that could end up moving ahead on WWE SmackDown. Cameron Grimes interrupted AJ's interview on the SmackDown Lowdown to show some respect to Styles, but things didn't quite go as expected. Instead of AJ welcoming the interruption or showing respect back to Grimes, Styles blew him off and even gave Cameron an attitude. This could develop into a rivalry too. Alternatively, Cameron could attempt to earn the respect of the former world champion. Who knows, he could even end up joining the the Champion eventually. Bray Wyatt could ruin Cody Rhodes' career by feuding with him. Fans seem vehemently against the prospect of seeing Bray Wyatt feud with Raw star Cody Rhodes upon his much-anticipated WWE return. The Eater of Worlds has been absent from the global juggernaut since late February this year. Though WWE had begun to build a dream WrestleMania 39 encounter against Bobby Lashley, the plans went awry due to Wyatt's undisclosed illness. Since then, there's been lots of online chatter about his wrestling future. However, months after his abrupt disappearance from TV, recent reports have indicated that Bray Wyatt is close to returning. It was noted that WWE was working closely with the 36-year-old to ensure his health remains the top priority. As soon as these rumors began swirling on the internet, fans went into overdrive, predicting what the promotion would have in store for the former WWE champion. A recent Twitter post hinted at the possibility of Wyatt feuding with Cody Rhodes. The fans, however, seemed displeased with the potential rivalry, saying it could halt the American Nightmare's upward trajectory in the promotion. A few users even pointed out that the Eater of the Worlds hadn't yet fulfilled his full potential in WWE and had underwhelmed. There's no doubt Bray Wyatt is one of the most creative and unique performers in WWE history. However, not all of his ideas have translated well onto the screen. Dutch Mantel also echoed similar thoughts while speaking True Heel Heat Wrestling podcast. The former manager explained that most of Wyatt's ideas were fit to be in a comic book, but were unlikely to work in wrestling as it lacks action. Bray Wyatt is writing this stuff. Well, it may have been okay for a comic book, but it's not okay for WWE television. It's not action. Dutch Mantel said, despite some of his ideas misfiring in recent years, it's safe to say the former Universal Champion has been a big draw for WWE. As such, the global juggernaut is sure to give him a major push whenever he returns to TV. Do you think having Bray Wyatt feud with Cody Rhodes is a good idea? If not, whom would you like to see the former WWE Champion feud against? You let us know what you think in the comments section below. Update on Braun Strowman's injury. Braun Strowman has been out of action for a large part of this year after suffering an injury back in May. While the star himself has provided updates in the past, and now another WWE star has spoken about his return to action and what fans can expect. Ricochet, his tag team partner, recently opened up about Strowman's condition. Ricochet and Braun Strowman started to work as a tag team for some time in WWE. While their efforts were not met with the greatest success, that didn't stop them from teaming together and defeating quite a few other opponents. Unfortunately, in May, Strowman suffered an injury that put him out of action. He went through level 1 fusion surgery on his C4 and C5 vertebrae at the Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center in Birmingham, Alabama. However, he provided an update in June that he was cleared to start training again. He's still been gone from WWE throughout this time, and now Ricochet has provided an update about his health while talking to 10 Count Media. He stated that Strowman is doing great. He's doing great. He needed a little surgery, but he's doing great. He's recuperating. He's doing fine. I know he's ready to get back. I can only imagine he's ready to get back. I miss my tag partner. I think we had something good going. I think the fans were getting into it pretty good. Obviously, I want to be tag team champion, and who better to have on your side than the biggest man on the roster? I can't wait him to get back. He's doing great. While the little surgery Ricochet spoke of was more complicated than that, it's still quite interesting to see that Braun Strowman is well on the way to recovery at this time. We wish Braun Strowman a swift recovery from his injury. AEW star to show up to confront Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Wrestling legend Jim Cornette jokingly suggested that a current AEW star could make a surprise appearance to confront Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. The star in question is Aaron Solo. Aaron Solo made his AEW debut in 2020 and quickly made a name for himself by aligning with the Nightmare family. He later joined QT Marshall and The Factory. Despite being involved in some good storylines, Solo has been an afterthought when it comes to his AEW booking. However, Jim Cornette recently brought up his name when mentioning the Bloodline and their future on his Jim Cornette Experience podcast. He jokingly suggested that Aaron Solo should show up to confront Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns about using his last name. What about if Aaron Solo was to come and say, "Hey, you stole my Solo gimmick"? See, that would be a twist. They could get Solo Sikoa, they could get Aaron Solo, and then we had a developmental guy named Solo. There was a member of the Samoan family about 20 years ago in OVW for a little bit. They could get all of them and make them say, "I am Solo, I am Solo, I am Solo, who's the real Solo." Roman Reigns revealed Paul Heyman as his manager when he turned heel 3 years ago. Since then, the two men have gone on to dominate WWE. They also complement each other perfectly. Speaking on a recent episode of the Two-Man Power Trip podcast, WWE legend Jimmy Hart stated that Reigns and Paul Heyman are a good fit together. First of all, Roman Reigns does a great job and Paul Heyman fits him so greatly. Paul fits him to a T. I think my character's a little bit too over the top for that because I'm more like, "Whoa, hey baby, how you doing?" That's always been my thing. Up-tempo, never kind of laid back, and I just kind of think Roman does such a great job along with Paul together, and they really fit good together. It would be fun to see Aaron Solo challenge Solo Sikoa, just based on the fact that they have the same name. Do you want to see Aaron Solo versus Solo Sikoa? Sound it off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for